Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the Season of Wonder release blog hop with Simon Says Stamp, and I have a fun project to share with you. Going to be using several of the Season of Wonder products, starting with this new 3D box stencil set. It's a layering stencil set. It's geometric. It blew my mind when I saw what it can do, and I couldn't wait to try it. So I have the glass mat with one of the waffle flower grip mats to hold down my panel of white cardstock. I'm using Hammer Mill, and I also love this grip mat because it holds down your stencil so you don't have to use any tape. Okay, I'm going to be using all Pawsitively saturated ink, starting with Carnation. I'm going to be using a ton of ink colors. You certainly don't have to use so many. You can make this much more simple. And definitely can customize this a million and one ways with colors. But I'll have everything I use linked in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. So on the bottom, I did Carnation on the top, and on the bottom a little Peony, which is the darker shade in that pink color family. So you get like this pink gradient shading going on, light to dark. Peel it up, and now this is the other stencil. There's only 2 stencils in the set, but you're going to rotate the wazoo out of this one right here. Okay, so since I did pink first, and I'm just going to do a lot of rainbow colors, starting with Cantaloupe. Do you guys like Cantaloupe? I like it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I used to have a cat when I was growing up. I had a big black cat named October. Funny thing is, he loved cantaloupe. I know that's so odd. Our dog Hank would never eat cantaloupe. When he was a baby, he used to eat all the things. Anything he could eat, he would eat, even stuff that he shouldn't eat. But now he's 2, and the little diva is picky. He won't eat any fruit. He won't eat pretzels or chips. He wants meat. He wants meat, bread, or cheese. He's a smart dog. He's got that sniffer working, and he's a little bit rotten. He's rotten, and that's probably a good thing, But typically we don't, what am I saying? We give him scraps all the time. Okay, anyway, I did a layer of what was that? Cantaloupe and sherbet, and then now we have a little lemonade and sunbeam for a yellow. For a little pop of yellow. Look at how this is coming together, this geometric. So now I just keep rotating. This time I flipped. So just know that you're going to have to flip the stencil. You don't have to, but if you want to get those extra geometric puzzle piece shapes to fit in, you got to flip. You got to rotate the stencil. I'm not going to begin to tell you that I'm an expert at it because I flipped and rotated all the live long day trying to find which way it's supposed to go. I don't know if you're like me. Sometimes I feel like I'm the dumbest person on earth. I get these products, especially as a designer, a lot of times we're the first ones to use them, to showcase them when they're new. And a lot of times I am lost, and I'll do things that was not intended at all. And you could say it's thinking out of the box, or you could say it's just cray-cray. Either one would work. Okay, rotating, flipping, just trying to fit in those little puzzle pieces. Now, you could stop at any time. You don't have to fill in every crevice of white space. So just know that at any time you can stop with this design, and you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. I should have shown the back of the packaging. I did show the back of the stencil packaging on the reveal over on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel with the Season of Wonder reveal. When I showed the stencil, I flipped it over, showed the back of the packaging, has a little example of what it should look like. And here I am with my take, using a lot of color. Here we have Marine and Cadet to get the 2-tone with this true blue. Now this is probably my favorite color addition ever, and if I could probably go back, I might stop right here because I really like how that looks. Actually, maybe I'll stop right after this one. TIDEPOOL and Tropic. I really like that. And now sometimes you're going to get a little overlapping. So this little bit of TIDEPOOL is overlapping with some of those yellow, and you get with that teal overlapping with the yellow gets a really nice tone in there, and it looks really cool when I lift this up. Right here is where I would have stopped. That's where I wish I would have stopped, but I didn't. I kept going, adding more, but they say less is more. But more can also be more, just depending on how you feel and what you want to do with your life. Okay, we have cheeky and blush. Given a little red. I thought a little pop of red might punch in the cheer, just might bring the party. And actually, I think that did turn out good. Wait till I lift it up. Every time I need you to vote. Should like it? Oh, maybe that's where I should have stopped. Right there. I do like how that looks. Now I'm adding the purple. And here's the thing about purple. A lot of people love purple, and some people don't love it. They like it. They certainly don't hate it, but they don't use it as much. And now, let me know your opinion. After I add the lilac and the orchid, what do you think? Should I have stopped after the blush? You just see, here's the thing. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. So here's the orchid, lift it up. Not bad. Not bad. Now, here's where I'm trying to fill in every crevice of white space. And at this point, I didn't want to add any more color, so I just bring in flannel, which is just a light kind of, would you say it's warm gray or cool gray? I think it's a warm gray, By the way, I love flannel shirts. I have about 4, and I love them. Love them to death. One of my favorite things to wear is a nice flannel shirt. I also love flannel sheets on the bed. And I'll tell you what, today here in Illinois, she took a turn. It's a little bit nippy outside, and, I'm looking forward to putting on some flannel sheets because I like a nice cold winter sleep. I'm tired of I don't know if you like this, but I've been waking up in the night and I'm sweating, and I don't like that. I don't like to be hot when I sleep. I certainly don't like it now. I can feel today my toes are cold, and that one I don't like. You're entering into the season of cold toes. And you go all day and you just feel like your toes have been cold. You need to get some good slippers. Okay, filled in every spot. Maybe I overdid it. Maybe I didn't. To be determined. I'm going to crop this down quite a bit because I want a nice white border around the edge. That white border just feels like it gives your eye a resting spot. Because this panel is so busy, that white border really does give some ease on the eyes. That's my opinion. I really think if you have a really busy card, you definitely need some white space just to have a resting spot. I'm going to add some zhuzh. These are new, the Abundant Leaves, and I die cut them out of vellum. And I'm just going to use those for accents just to kind of give a little bit of subtle foliage around my word die. Now this is the new Kathy Zilski Scripty Thanks. And I'm going to do it with some blue and white. The reason I did the shadow out of blue is because I fell in love with that blue in that blended panel, and I wanted to kind of accent that. I did 3 out of white, stacking them up. I'm using Barely Arts glue. You could use any adhesive that you like, a little spray adhesive. Used to do that a lot back in the day. Micro dot adhesive sheets work great as well. Lately, I've been using this Barely Arts glue for everything. I don't know why, but it's just it's what I always grab. Okay, stacking up the 3, flipping it over, add a little glue, pop it on the blue shadow backer. And I'm not going to put any adhesive on those vellum leaves. I'm just going to let this word die hold everything down. And okay, so I've got a white card base, and I'm going to pop up this blended panel, which I trimmed down quite a bit. See how I trimmed that down? You get that nice thick white border, and then just kind of laying these vellum abundant leaves here and there. No adhesive needed. Your word die can hold it all down. Center it, pop it down. I did decide to add 1 extra little vellum leaf there. Pop it in. Just pop it in. And then for a little blingity bling, not that it really needed any more, but I always like to add it a few sparkling clear sequins. I love to tuck them underneath the leaves, tuck them underneath the sentiment word die. Just gives a little bit of shimmer. And there you have it, a fun project featuring 3 new products from the latest Season of Wonder release with Simus' Stamp. Make sure and check out the rest of the blog hop. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.